You know, I don't actually think I can delete it from my what is it? Whatchamacallit? I actually cannot. I don't think I can actually delete this virus scan thing from my computer or like uninstall it or something. I actually don't think I can do that. Am I serious? Yes. I do not think I can uninstall it. I do not think I can delete it. I don't know how the fuck to get it off of my computer. And I don't think it's them because it's scanning and it's not finding anything at all. So the only other thing I can think of, and oh yeah, and Riot keeps sending in fucking reports. So obviously it's not Riot either. So I'm guessing it's just xsplit. Oh, that's why. Well, why didn't I did flash you guys. I just need to get more gold. I don't really rely on Yasuo's because the ones that I can rely on, I feel like you guys are a little bit too broken for North America. So, yeah. I guess it looks like we're just gonna have some very bronze games. Oh no, iron games. Right, right. Uh, which ones? As mad as the Hong Kong protesters, or how mad? I mean, I think on C-SPAN we've seen it all, so I don't think anybody's surprised at this point. Well, I mean, okay, so think about it this way, right? If it's blackmail and extortion, right? I mean, right now I don't think they need anything, but I'm pretty sure as soon as they don't do something, then I mean, considering how you've blackmailed and like everybody else, I don't think anybody really cares. What does that mean? Okay, so you know how these people, like people who do this stuff, they're kind of like blackmailing and extorting you, like, oh yeah, if you don't do this, I'm gonna do this. Well, if you don't give me this, then so then it's kind of like, well, in that case, I mean, if you pay like organized crime a racketing fee, racketeering protection racket, you would be like, well, at least I get the protection I paid for, so then, well, actually, it's kind of hard to threaten people like that when it's like the only thing they've ever known. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at like Britain kind of thing, where like the police only protect the rich people, it's kind of like, well, I mean, you can't really threaten, right? Because nobody's a royal family, because not everybody is related by blood, right? So in that case, it's kind of like, well, what are you really gonna threaten people with? Like, just don't understand. So I can see why in Britain and London and stuff they have like especially a lot of organized crime compared to, well, actually I think Greece has a decent amount as well because they're also very elitist, I think. Well, okay, here, just overall in Europe, it's just a goddamn mess and there's a lot of crime and I can kind of understand why. Why? Okay, so you know how I mean I think this is like pretty old European stuff. You know how like in the olden days the rich used to tax the poor a lot, and then I think somewhere in between came the whole like Robin Hood thing, and then from Robin, because Robin Hood you guys know is like a European thing, right? Like it's not like an American story or folklore or whatever, right? So I think if you think about it that way, it's kind of like, well, where did the idea of Robin Hood come from? Oh, I wonder, you know. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't think it's right to be like, oh yeah, you know, because of what I'm doing, people will like. I'm like, I think that already exists not because of you, but because of somebody else. So I'm not really sure if you can take credit for that. I don't think it's bad. You guys know I didn't get to where I was from like winning a bunch of games, right? Man! Ah! You know, I never get alted by Garen to the point where I don't actually know how to time his alt. No, I need to wash my face. I'm so itchy. Anyways, I actually have never learned how to time Garen's alt. So I don't think that was a script as much as I don't remember how to play this fucking game. Like, you know, before you would actually be like, okay, I need a flash, or like, okay, I need a shield, or like, you know, but I don't fucking remember any of that shit. So I don't know how to counter Garen anymore. Morphing him and timing his alt are two very different things, but if you want to say it's the same, I guess I'm not going to change your mind there. That still doesn't mean shit. See what I mean? Like, I don't know which things will fucking stun me, and I don't know which things will fucking, like, give me fucking. Oh, God. No, Riot changes that up every now and then. I don't know. I haven't seen Diana played in a really long time, so like I can't even call it. It's not the first time that's happened to me, actually. It used to happen to me a lot. Fuck, I pressed H again, didn't I? It used to happen to me a lot. Well, how else can they get to you since you're such a fucking snitch? Well, I mean, considering how I just reported you, I don't think you would have the same protection anymore. And if you did, I think that's where my real life situations come in, right? Because you guys wanted to brag about, oh, I know this person, they're my friend. Oh, I know this person, they're my friend. Oh no, oh no, oh my fucking god. I pressed flash. I pressed flash. Oh my god, I pressed flash. I fucking pressed flash. Okay, I was gonna press alt, but it turned into a flash, which I admit is my fault because I don't really think about what I'm gonna do next. I do it based on feelings. And let's just say my hands are just not in the right place. Yeah. No, that's a pro player thing. Because you guys play enough that everything's reflexes. No, that's why people always ask, like, hey, what am I supposed to get next? And pros are just like, I don't know if that's gonna work. Okay, why are we trying to win this game? I don't understand. That's a Yasuo. Did you guys really expect anything from this guy? Yeah, but why would they just show up in a public game? No, I think the American Mafia is also seeing that. And that's why they don't like people talking about them. Oh yeah, I didn't really get shield because I just didn't. Okay, that might be a script. See why I get Lulu now? What the fuck did you do? You maxed out your W? Oh my god, this person plays like me. We're so fucked. I play very defensively, so I would say we're screwed. This person is scripting? No, he's not. I think it's partial scripting, and then the rest is just win trading. um, I think it's more scripting than it is win trading, if that's the question. I don't think it really matters. It just shows how like you're fucking breaking it. I think that makes you look worse than me being like, "Oh my god, someone clipped my video! Oh, I'm so surprised." Sorry, but you guys have to understand who I support. So whether or not they clip my video, oh my god, I'm not really that scared. I mean, uh, Asians play like this all the time, right? And then like America wants to like so American strategy is region lock them and then sue them, right? So then when it goes onto like an international scale thing, it's like there's no one you can sue and there's no one you can region lock. And so I just keep reporting these people because I'm like, this is just fucking racism. Like, and if it's not racism, it's just elitism or classism being like, oh yeah, you can't do this, you can't do this because you're not fucking this. And I'm just like, oh my god, this looks so bad. No, this is why they're scared to go back. Well, that's kind of why China was like, oh, thank God you freaking deported them. I'm so happy you decided to deport them, Trump. So that's why I'm always kind of defending Trump, but sometimes I'm just like, fuck, this is too much for me to defend. I can't defend this. I'm so sorry. Well, Americans don't want it to be called a figurehead, so that might be something you gotta ask them, not so much me. You guys wanted to play like this. See, this is okay. This is the perfect time to be like, why do I always say I am not a cocaine dealer? So every time I say this, the reason why I say I am not a cocaine dealer is because I want these drug users to realize that the only people who can stand them are the people who sell drugs. Because normal people, anybody who do not sell drugs, you do not have to put up with their attitude. You do not sell cocaine. Why are you putting up with their bullshit? You don't have to, right? You're not selling drugs, you're not selling cocaine, you're not selling meth, you're not selling any of this. So why are you dealing with their cocaine behavior? Why are you dealing with this tweaker talking shit about you? Why are you dealing with this? You don't have to do it because you are not a meth dealer, right? So don't deal with it. Just be like, I'm sorry, but you act like a drug addict right now, and I don't really feel comfortable talking to you because I feel like you're harassing me. Simple. What if it's your boss doing it? Well, that's when you start supporting organized crime and being like, why the fuck does this system not support me? Well, standing up for people who do not support you is kind of the main reason, and that's why a lot of rich people are like, yeah, I support Bernie Sanders, or yeah, I support and I will donate to this prop whatever. Like rich people are not always gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go become I'm gonna open a cannabis club so I can go agree with them. They'll just be like, yeah, I'm gonna endorse this. No fucking difference. Jesus. But will they have the respect of the streets? No. Anyways, that's sorry. Just thought I'd put that out there. This is actually a pretty fun game, considering how we are all very slow and very tanky and don't do damage. Oh man. Oh my gosh, did you see that? I'm okay with it because I know that the reason why they wanted the region lock is because they could not counter hack it. And that's why they wanted the region lock. And the reason why they always continue to sue is because they cannot come up with the idea. So that's kind of why, since I am in this position and you're in that position, I figured we could kind of have like a mutual beneficial kind of thing where I do what I'm good at and you do what you're good at. And since I know exactly how to get them exactly where you need them, and I don't actually know what the fuck you're doing, I figured it could be mutually beneficial. I've never said I knew what the fuck I was doing. I've always said I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I know what you're doing, but I don't want to end up like you, or like I don't want to join this situation, so I don't, but I know exactly how to get it where you need it to be. It's not like I've never said that. Jesus. There's nothing they can do because nothing has bad has happened. That's just how the law works. And the reason why I say vigilante stuff is because then it starts to be like murder because you're preventing something from happening, and the law doesn't work that way. The law only works once it happens. The law does not do preventative care. It's kind of like, it's not like insurance. Okay, insurance is just completely something different. It's like if you're sick already and then you have to pay for something, that doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like, yeah, that's why insurance works that way, not like preventative care. That's not what it is. Um, so the reason why the laws work is because like speeding, for example, right? Nobody knew like you needed a speed limit until somebody died while driving 70 miles per hour. Then it was like, oh shit, we might need a speed limit. But before someone actually ever dies, there's no fucking point in implementing anything because that's just fucking dumb and ridiculous. and not needed, right? Because nobody's died yet. So why do we need it? You know? Oh my gosh. No, I'm just saying, like, if you're asking me what the point of preventative care is, that's what preventative care is. Why am I not reporting it? If I don't report you, then how can they? That doesn't. That's a fucking dumb question. Well, considering how you like to always be like, "Oh, well, I didn't do this. Oh, I didn't fucking do this," then I technically have to report you, right? Because now there's no, "Oh, I didn't do this." Like we literally all watched you do it. Yeah, well, they're not so dumb that they can't tell who is who. See, this is why I actually like losing. You don't think this shit's hella fun? Like, oh my gosh. It's like fucking. Alright, I'm okay. Am I the only one who thinks that's hella fun? I think I have problems. I like talking to people and I like socializing. I just don't like having repercussions and paying consequences. Like, if nobody ever gets mad at me, dude, I will flirt with everybody and anybody. But then they all start getting salty, like, oh, why can't I date her? I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm done. The conversation ends here. What she did is just completely different. I don't know what the fuck she's doing. And whatever she's doing also doesn't make a lot of sense at all, if any. You don't think that's just. Why do I keep going for Brom? Because I don't care. I know a lot of you guys have always said, Christine, stop focusing that person. And I'll be like, oh, what are you talking about? So I know. I just purposely go, oh, I can't change. No, I really can't though, because I really cannot focus. Like, you know how you guys automatically know who to focus on? Like, it's not just shot callers. You guys all know who to focus on. It isn't, oh yeah, that person told me to No, I fucking know. You guys are just sometimes too nice to be like, oh, I know, and then you guys don't say anything. Okay, I know. No, I swear. I swear esports is actually what makes me better leader, better of a you guys probably make me better at communicating with certain people, thank you. Because you guys all have your little quirks. You know what I mean? Like each one of you, if I don't speak a certain way or not a certain way, but like some people are like they need encouragement and then some people are like you have to just shit on them, you know? And I feel like it really is because of esports that I have actually learned how to become a better leader or manager or like understand people I work with better. Because before, like, I know personally, I used to try and force other people to be just like me until I came into esports. And then I realized that, like, you guys all have your different ways of doing things. And some people, like, I don't think that's really what it is. But, the reason why I say this is because like when you're trying to work as a team and you need something to be done, like if someone is gonna need to be on top, like you have to somehow communicate with that person so that person understands how to go on top. Like if you're gonna be cussing that person out, that person's never gonna fucking go top. So it doesn't fucking matter. Like you know what I mean? So it's kind of different than when you're at a job because when you're at a job, it's kind of like if you do better than this person and the more they fuck up, then the better you're gonna look. So it's kind of a different situation in solo queue because it's kind of like you cannot really shit on this person because once you shit on this person's gonna run it down. So if you try to shit on this person, this person's not going to help you. So I think that aspect is actually why I became a better communicator and a better like team player, so to speak. Because if you don't try to communicate with your team before they shit on you, then it's kind of on you. You know what I mean? Like if you try to just run it down as a team. Oh yeah, that's probably also why Riot changed the rules. Thank you. I think it was because I actually showed Riot and I eliminated all the other variables of it actually being my fault. That I think Riot and a lot of other people were like, wait, hold on. I think what Christine's saying is is actually like but anyways, um um no, because I was at work today, and then you guys were like, "Wow, how do you work so well as a team?" And I just kept wanting to tell them about solo queue, but I couldn't because nobody knew what the fuck I was talking about. So I figured I'd share it with you guys. But no, that's actually well, Reckless. Thank you. Reckless took a break from League of Legends because everybody started copying every single little aspect, like down to like because I know a lot of you guys were like, oh yeah, nobody's ever gonna do like a 5-man ADC ban, and guess what? They did. So he just pretty much took like a huge break from streaming, and I kind of figured that since I can't win this copying situation, that I might as well just do what he did. So sometimes I take a break, sometimes I don't take a break, sometimes I take a break, sometimes I don't take a break. But when I don't think I can win, like how Reckless pretty much just threw it, that's just how it is. I mean, I can win, but it's really not worth it. And I kind of agree with Reckless on that one. So, and that's also why, because I don't know. I like Reckless because he actually knows how to come up with ideas that I have not thought of. Thank God, because holy shit, I'm fucking exhausted. But yeah. Okay, hold on. Wait, did we win? No, we lost. Okay. 4, almost 5. It's time for me to go to sleep. Finger my hole. Oh man. I definitely miss esports. Yeah, you guys, like I love one of my favorite things about like working at Starbucks is probably the fact that I get to spell different people's names. Like a lot of Indian people are just like, it's okay, just put A and J. I'm like, AJ, like AJAY. They're like, no, no, just the initials, thanks. Or like the Asian people will be like, no, just give me like one letter. Okay, I just need one letter. And I'm just like, okay. um but yeah, I like how like Middle Eastern people, they actually have the patience to like tell you. They're like, oh, my name is this, and you spell it like this and this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're like so polite. And you actually have the patience to tell me how to spell your name. But yeah, it's really funny because like you guys, well, actually Muslim people are very, well, depends. There's the really fucked up ones, and then there's the really nice ones. But then considering how there's really aggressive Asians and not aggressive Asians, I'm just like, you know what? It's okay. We'll just deal with it on an individual basis. But anyways, I'm done. I'm leaving. I don't think there's anything else. That was like a what, 5 minute stream? Can I even tell time on this thing? It was a 30-minute stream. No, that's kind of why I'm shitting on this, because I'm like, if game show is dead, fuck you, you know? Maybe I can use Game Show, but I deleted it, so would Game Show even let me? Alright, I'm gonna go try and figure this out. Or if I can even use this, because ESET does not like OBS at all. It will not let me stream, it will not let me use it. Am I serious? Yes, I am very serious. I don't remember what my Mixer username was. Gotta find it. What the fuck was my username? Does anybody know? What is my Hotmail? I don't even fucking know, man. Oh my god. Is it this one? Nope. Not this one. I don't remember what. Oh my gosh, it won't stop logging in and I can't stop it. It's out of control! I don't think this is right. Oh my god. Thank you guys. I should probably write that down because I really don't remember. Alright, what was I doing? Thank you. Wait a minute. Is it already downloaded? Okay. So, we go here. Hold on, I gotta do this over here. Thank you. Mixer. I think it's FTL. No. RNTP. Okay. It does work! But maybe it only works on Mixer and I can't do it on YouTube. What? How come ESET didn't let me use. Okay, hold on. Would it let me double stream? I don't think YouTube will let me. Oh, well, actually, let's. You know, you guys always ask me, like, how I know these things. You know, shit like this is how I know these things. You know, being put through certain situations that nobody else has to be put through, this is how I know. Okay, do you guys know how many fucking different accounts I have right now? Do you guys, can you tell why? I have literally all. I would have finished the sentence, to be honest. I wouldn't have minded. What? I can? And hopefully the next time I stream, I will not have to suffer through it like I did. All right, thank you. And um, what's the question? I don't know. I usually just go as I go. Oh no, he's just been super mad these days, and like I don't know why he's mad. So I figured I'd come here, and so of course I wouldn't be happy because he's mad too, and I don't know why he's mad. No, I'm just really flirty. Like I don't think you guys understand. I think like I don't think you guys know this. The only reason. Okay, so in person I am actually like a huge slut, and like I flirt a lot and I tease. I don't really tease people a lot, but like, I just like making people laugh because you guys have some of the fucking most serious faces, and like honestly, I can't take you guys seriously, and I just need a laugh. Okay, so I know a lot of times in real life, I feel safer doing it because it's kind of so in real life, unless you specifically tell another person that you like them or like that you guys are whatever, you guys have to like let each other know before something happens. I don't really like to say the word communicate because nobody knows what the fuck that means. So even if I use the word communicate, nobody's paying attention. So in real life it's easier because it's like before you can do anything, you have to ask for permission. You can't just like kidnap a person, you know? Like you know. So I like flirting in real life because there's not as many repercussions as if you were doing it on the internet, because on the internet for some reason I don't know where this started happening, but people think there's no need for like, can I take you on a date, or can I hold your hand, or can I touch you, you know, like that's something you do in real life, you know. Like before you're able to do something in real life, you have to be like, can I do this, you know. If you just randomly grab somebody's ass in real life, that's just unacceptable. Like you'll either get beat up or you'll get slapped. That's just like common sense, you know? But in esports, I think because so many people are doing so many things online that it's hard to distinguish the difference. So, especially in esports and especially online, I try not to do any of those things because, thank you guys for fixing this, because I completely understand how some people do not have boundaries, you know? And it's not just the women. I mean, it's not just the men doing it to the women. I think a lot of women have that as well, where they take advantage of you. Like in real life, it's kind of like, well, if this person keeps using you at a certain point, you're just kind of like, well, if you're not going to date me, then like I don't really want to help you. And in real life, it's like you're supposed to accept that because it's their personal experience, that's their personal opinion, and that's their personal space, and that's their personal emotions. Like, but for some reason in esports, it becomes like you communicating your feelings becomes like harassment for some reason. Like for you to tell them like, "Hey, I'm not comfortable with this." For some reason, they can use their friends to harass you, which is something that's completely not okay in real life. You know what I mean? Like if you tell somebody that you don't want to date them and all of a sudden they bring like a bunch of friends being like, yeah, we're gonna gang rape you, it's kind of like they're gonna call the cops. You know what I mean? Like that's just not okay. But for some reason in esports it gets really abusive because when guys turn down someone or when girls turn down someone, and I said guys turn down someone, it gets really, really abusive because it's like, oh, because you're a guy, you're not allowed to turn down girls. Like, oh, you're such a fucking pussy. Like, you know what I mean? That's not really the same as a guy in real life being like, hey, I don't really want to date you right now. You know what I mean? Like, if a really hot guy just was like, hey, you know, I'm not really interested in dating you right now, a lot of people would look at you funny. Like, why are you harassing him still? Like, he already told you he's not interested. Why are you harassing him? And why are you even calling him a pussy? That makes no sense. So, like, in real life, you know, it's kind of like, well, that's unacceptable. And even for girls, it's even more unacceptable, you know? So, like, when I'm in esports, I've noticed a lot of times, I don't really care if people understand this or not, because I know that the people who actually care and pay attention will understand what I'm talking about. No, that's why a lot of guys who you guys call misogynistic are like, what are you guys fucking talking about? Like, you guys are equally as abusive, but you have to understand they can't tell the difference. You know, I can tell the difference because I'm friends with everyone, I'm okay with everyone. But what they see it as is you're the one who's doing it to them and you're faking your whatever for that, you know? So I'm just like, okay, you know what? This is just too much anger, so we're just not gonna flirt at all. But otherwise in real life, like I'm probably like the most open, not shy person, and I communicate. Like, you have to understand, if I like you, I won't talk to you. But if I don't like you, I will talk your motherfucking ear off. So if I'm ever shy around you, that means I like you. But if I'm never shy around you, that means I have no fucking interest in you and I would never date you. So it's really I'm just the type of person that does that. Like, if you guys have noticed, like when I went to Rift Rivals, thank you, I was actually really shy around him specifically. But with everybody else, I was just like the most friendly person, because I was just like, I really don't give a fuck about our relationship, because like there is no relationship. But like for me and how much I like him, I get very, very nervous. So then I don't know what to do, because I'm like, I don't want to fuck it up. So then okay, it's very different for me. Okay, don't judge me. But that's just how I am. So don't ever think, oh yeah, because I'm super nice to somebody that I like them. Like, no. There's a reason why I'm only specifically shy to one person and then nice to everybody else. Okay. Anyways, no, no, no. See, that's another thing about Rift Rivals. The reason why I wasn't as flirty as I was at Rift Rivals as I am at work is because at Rift Rivals, a lot of you guys don't really understand the things that my coworkers might understand. You know, like my coworkers might just be like, "Oh, I think she's just being a really like nice person, or she's just really flirty, or like, you know." But if I'm in esports, people automatically associate that with each other, and I feel like they might get a little bit more confused. You know what I mean? Because like I feel like when you're working in a situation and you want to keep your job for a while, I'm not saying like other people, but I feel like a lot of times in a job environment, people, well, maybe not in a salary job environment, but usually in like an hourly wage job, I feel like sometimes your coworkers give you more boundaries than anybody else, because it's all kind of like we're all stuck in it together. But in esports, there's just this really like weird thing where like people just don't care about your emotions. And but it has to do a lot with like how like certain public figures are to their viewers. Like they kind of use their, yes, what Sky Williams was saying for a really long time about like the girls and stuff. And that's kind of why I supported Sky Williams, because I am very flirty in real life and I get a lot of attention from guys in real life, that I kind of automatically saw what Jenny was doing and what Sky Williams was saying as kind of the reason for the problem, and they're both right. You know, like Jenny's kind of like, well, I feel safer being a streamer and doing this than being in whatever and being close vicinity, whatever. So like I understood it from her perspective and I also understood it from his perspective, but the things that came out of their mouths is actually what was the problem. Like what Jenny was saying was the problem and what Sky Williams saying was the problem. Does that kind of make sense? And like just little things like that just piled into really, really big things. Like Jenny and people defending her, it makes sense because there are girls in real life, but for her fans to attack me didn't make sense. It kind of discredited her whole entire idea. And the fact that Sky Williams fans and Sky Williams people never attacked me just made me pretty much confirm the fact that they pretty much agreed with Jenny. It's just the way that she's doing it, but she doesn't understand it because she actually isn't going through it and she's just taking advantage of the situation. So there's a lot of things that like you have to have already had gone through it in real life to understand like why certain things and why certain people like yeah, I think it's really funny because like we all kind of have, well actually I think it's just me being really understanding because I think my coworkers fight a lot, but like they work but they fight. No, no, no. The reason why I say it like that, thank you, is because it's the same thing as esports. Where like you guys all have these little things that you guys fight about, but it's really all the same thing that you just need one person to come and explain it to each individual, and then everything's okay. All right. Anyways, but yeah, not necessarily. I met a guy who is a hairstylist who is against gay marriage because he is religious. So that was interesting. I really wanted to talk to that guy. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm just a really friendly person. I just want to talk to everybody. And I'm just, like, sometimes I'm just like, why do you think like that? You know? And I'm very unjudgmental. So then I would have been like, hey, why do you think like this? And then it's like, because I think I remember talking to him. I was like, hey, you're a hairstylist, which is kind of breaking the stereotype. And he even said it himself, thank you, that he wanted to break the stereotype of every single hairstylist is a woman. And so when we were on the subject of are you against or for gay marriage, he's like, I am 100% against gay marriage. Even though I am a male hairstylist, I do not think it is religiously correct to have two men marry each other. And I'm like, wait, but you're a hairstylist. Like, what the fuck? But no, like, it's really interesting because everybody's different. But that aside, it's just a good thing to bring into esports and pretty much anywhere and everywhere in life to be like, it's okay to be different. Maybe you don't agree with it, but hey, it's okay. Anyways, what does this have to do with esports? Nothing. I was trying to fucking leave. Anyways, yeah, but it's you guys don't really know how to communicate with these people, and like for me to explain how to communicate with certain individuals, it's really not gonna work because it's like everybody is different. You can't just be like, okay, top laner, it's okay, you can just play top however you want. Like, that's not gonna get anything done. You know what I mean? Like, if you know for a fact that Gnosis is not building a certain item that you know for sure could have possibly worked better, thank you. Okay, you know what? Let's say I play, no, say someone plays Lux, right? And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't get enough cooldown. You could be like, yeah, it really depends on what you need. Do you need more cooldown? Do you need more AP? Like, do you need health? Do you need mobility? Like, some people work better that way. But I've noticed working with my coworkers and stuff like that, that sometimes they don't really understand different people's learning style. Like, a lot of times at my job, a lot of people have been like one of my coworkers, he keeps trying to help me, right, with the making of the drinks. He's like, okay, just remember this has this many shots, this has this many shots. I'm like, you realize I'm not even listening because I'm not an auditory person. And the reason why I relate this to League of Legends is because you guys are trying to force your style onto somebody else. And like, I don't think he really understands my learning style because he learned it pretty much by being thrown in there. Like, he didn't have as much help, so he kind of like learned it himself and whatever. Okay, I don't care what he did. But my point is, like, everybody in League of Legends learns differently. So say if I was to tell this new Lux player, like, hey, you have to build this, you have to do this, you have to do this. And I just kept typing and typing and typing, just nonstop typing, like telling them exactly step by step what to do. They're either gonna fucking lose it, or they're gonna have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, or they're gonna actually know what you're talking about and do exactly what you just suggested. You have three choices. No idea, what the fuck, okay, thank you. So you may never know. Or they could just be like, hey, can you just tell me exactly what to build instead of giving me so many options? Or they could just be like, hey, can you please leave me alone so I can learn by myself? And I think that's why in League of Legends, so many people are so weak and cannot work as a team because a lot of people in League of Legends tend to be like, no, do this, do this. I know this, I know this, I know more than you. I can do it better than you. I know this, fuck you, you don't know this, cuss, cuss, cuss. And then, like, it's just, it's a mess. and, um, and I mean, honestly, it just kind of comes down to like real life situations. Like, say if you're like a manager or something and you try to force someone who obviously has no idea what the fuck they're doing and you're trying to force them to do something, they're either gonna quit, they're either gonna fucking cry, or they're gonna pretty much say you're fucking harassing them. Which is exactly like League of Legends. See? There we go. So, um, you can or you cannot, but at the end of the day, it's really not going to help you because after that point, you're not going to know how to help this person. Like, this only works in like a minimum wage job because there's really only so many things to be done, right? And in an hourly wage job, after a certain, I mean, sorry, in a salary job, thank you, at a certain point, it's going to be like, well, are you going to know how to maximize the profits or not? Because telling me all this shit is really not going to work because guess what? That guy is going to only want to know one thing. Are you going to give me more money or not? Do I need to hire somebody else who can make me this money? Are you going to be able to make me a new laptop or not? Because the last iPhone that you created is really doing badly. So you can copy all you fucking want. But at the end of the day, you're not going to know how to bring in more profit for that iPhone. And taking it from the YouTubers, I think they may or may not be like, well, this is kind of my idea, right? So, I mean, they could technically easily just boycott it and be like, I've had Apple pretty much didn't reach out to me, didn't do anything, didn't even really give me credit for my stuff, and now they're stealing my engineering ideas without ever really letting me get any kind of full royalty fee or profit or any type of that stuff. So, I might just never use Apple products ever again on my channel. Because if you think about it, if they're like a $50 billion company and you're getting like a free iPhone, no offense, but that's a shitty deal. um, so I wish you guys luck on trying to copy me because I might just take another vacation. Oh, is LEC coming back? I might actually be able to take that vacation and do nothing with my life, and I'm just gonna watch Marvel every day. Oh no, I was trying to make myself exhausted by riding a bike. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because my hip has been hurting a lot, and I figured I might exercise a little bit more. What the fuck was I gonna do? I don't remember. Oh, LEC, right? Thank you. What the fuck? What the fuck? They're not even starting to play. Fuck you guys. I hate you. This is a wallpaper. When does the season start? Oh, it starts on the 25th. I guess I'll be back next. I guess I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Damn it, I hate you guys. Oh no, I gotta go to school. I gotta go to ski. I mean, whether or not I can add classes is gonna be very debatable. Don't judge me. I'm not proud. October. What the fuck? Tomorrow's the 6th. Yep. I may or may not. Ooh, I gotta pee. I may, I may or may not be back tomorrow. But I am muchos excited that I can use OBS again. Thank you, ESET. Thank you, xsplit. And thank you, OBS. And I apologize for xsplit because your system sucks! No, um, I know what it is, and that's why I was actually okay with it. But I just thought I'd just fucking flame it a little bit because you know how I am. But I wish you guys luck, and I hope the shit that I sent in helps you guys. I would have been okay with game show. Um, yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't fucking know. To be honest, I would never have let these things happen, and I don't know what the fuck these people are doing. So honestly, like, I'm gonna try my best to back out of whatever the fuck they're doing because fuck them. So I wish you guys luck, and I hope everything works out so you guys don't have to do it again. Thank you and goodbye. Hold on.